My mother and father were both addicts. The first time I started using drugs, I was about 10 years old. I smoked some weed. We were homeless. My mother, she never really had a job and decided that she wanted to live on the streets. We lived underneath a bridge on 4th West and North Temple. And at this time, I was just kind of sneaking drugs where I could. My mom didn't know about it. I lost my virginity later on, and I was 12 years old. I was 18 when I got pregnant with my first child. Sometimes I didn't even think about them at all. All I thought about was getting high or the relationships that I had with men. It was very self-serving, very selfish. We've been doing this for our whole lives, and a lot of us don't even know how to correct that. I was never taught, nor did I ever try to learn how to be a decent human being with integrity, to be honest, or to value accountability. Everybody kept telling me, you should write the Other Side Academy, and I was like, oh, it's 2 years. And I wrote the letter. I knew it was 2 years and it was something hard, and that's no other program has ever helped. I've been in 7 other programs and none of them helped me.
The Other Side Academy is a 2-year re-education facility for both men and women who have had very long-term substance abuse problems, people who live their life on the streets, in jails, in prisons. What our population needs is something long-term, a safe environment where they can come for a minimum of 2 years and get into the mode of learning to do something different. If we can get into an environment of accountability, a culture of integrity, a culture of honesty, and learn to tell the truth, and learn to be accountable, we will solve the drug problem and never even address it. Now here at the Other Side Academy, there are no doctors, there are no therapists. It is just people.
And when I came here, I felt safe immediately. I felt cared for. You could face embarrassment here. There's no harsh judgment, and that's what was important to me because of how I felt about feeling inadequate or having no confidence or self-worth. And I've been free to let go of the person who I thought I once was and to become somebody that I really want to be and I was meant to be.
If you've been moved by what you've watched, we understand. We have been moved too. That's why we're involved in this work. When we get to work with these great students every day, we invite you to come participate and be involved in helping us expand this model here in Utah. There are several ways that you can do this. One, you could donate and help us grow our campus and our facilities here. You can also frequent our thrift boutique. You could hire our movers, the Other Side Movers, the highest rated moving company in Salt Lake City. Or if you're with a company, you can donate in-kind goods and services to help us lower our operating expenses. We invite you to join us in this important work. Thank you for your time.
My mom was a drug addict. She was never in my life. That's probably the reason why I ended up doing the things I do. I started smoking marijuana at 11 years old. At 18, 19, I had my first child. I went to prison a couple times for drug use, for burglary, for just being stupid. And when I left prison, it didn't help me. I went back to doing exactly what I wanted to do. I always thought I could fix myself. Every time I go to jail, I tell myself, I can do better. I heard about a place that was 2 years long, and it was hard. It was in your face, but it was structured.
The Other Side Academy is a 2-year re-education facility for both men and women who have had very long-term substance abuse problems, people who live their life on the streets, in jails, in prisons. What our population needs is something long-term, a safe environment where they can come for a minimum of 2 years and get into the mode of learning to do something different. Now here at the Other Side Academy, there are no doctors, there are no therapists, there are no clinicians. It is just people just like you who got there well before you, helping you every step of the way.
The Other Side Academy has helped me become human again. I've lost sight of that over the years. I want to give back.
if you've been touched by what you've seen, we invite you to join us in this worthy mission to help save lives. Ways that you can do that is by donating money, which will be used to help grow our campuses across the nation. You could also frequent our thrift boutique located at 4290 South State Street in Murray. You could also use our moving company, The Other Side Movers, rated #1 in Salt Lake City. Lastly, if you're a company, you can help us by donating in-kind donations, which will help us lower our operating costs. Please join us in this worthy cause to help the Other Side Academy save another life today.
I tried my first drug at 12 years old. It was marijuana with just some friends. I got my first charges when I was 18, and they were possessions of a controlled substance. From 18 to about 26, it was just charge after charge after charge. At age 23 is when I had my first child. When my daughter was born, I started using opiates again, and I didn't realize the severity of it. I thought that I was able to control it. When she was about 19 months, I got pregnant with my son. When he was about 6 months old, I got back into heroin again, and heroin and meth, and I chose drugs over both of my kids. At that time, I just went into a deep, dark hole. I just didn't care anymore. I didn't care whether I lived or I died. You know, in and out of jail again. About 27 months ago, I was only doing a 30-day sentence, and a woman had told me about the Other Side Academy. I had wrote a letter to the Other Side Academy, and about 4 days later, Lola, one of the directors at the Other Side Academy, came to do my interview. Lola saw something in me. She wanted me here. From day one, since I got here to the Other Side Academy, I promised to do something different. I have fought for my life. The day that I got here, the day that I walked in the door, I need something different, and I knew that I needed something different, and I didn't know what it looked like.
The Other Side Academy is a 2-year re-education facility for both men and women who have had very long-term substance abuse problems, people who live their life on the streets, in jails, in prisons. What our population needs is something long-term, a safe environment where they can come for a minimum of 2 years and get into the mode of learning to do something different. If we can get into an environment of accountability, a culture of integrity, we will solve the drug problem and never even address it. Now here at the Other Side Academy, there are no doctors, there are no therapists, there are no clinicians. It is just people just like you who got there well before you, helping you every step of the way.
I can be trusted with credit cards today. I can be trusted with computers and laptops and people's belongings because I'm going to do the right thing. And that's who I am today. I strive to be a better person every single day. And I have to, just so that I can help the next person coming in.
If you like what you've seen, or you were touched by our video, there's a number of ways that you can help. You can frequent our thrift boutique, you could use our moving company. If you're a business here in Salt Lake City or the surrounding areas, you can help with in-kind donations that help lower our expenses. As we continue to expand and acquire new properties, you can help with our capital expenditures, all in an effort to continue to take people off the streets, out of jails, out of prison, and give them the opportunity to really transform their lives and become somebody they have never known. So any and all help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.